249. So I've been coming on for almost 249 days consecutively, almost consecutively, and to give a daily dose of hope. So nice to meet you and nice to see you again. So, a daily dose of hope is just that. The energies on our planet are starting to become more and more intense. And as they do, we're going to find that it's hard to stay outside of the polarity. There'll be many new stories that will start to come out, and those stories will start to kind of pry away at the stories we have now and start to make us question everything. And but in that time, what you do is you say, no, 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 no. I see what's happening here. I'm going to follow the path of peace, and I'm going to see the love that's within all of this. That's the key. That's where we're at. Um, so don't get fooled. Don't be fooled by all the stories. Remember that the only story that's playing out is the story of love, and that all of these different stories are playing out to help us to understand love and to help us to understand forgiveness, right? Um, I was just reading about there's a famous university in Baltimore that I'm sure everyone is familiar with. Um, the initials are JHU, John Hopkins University, and they've come out with a few different planning sessions. What they do is they plan for the future, and they kind of project into the future. And I just wanted to talk about this because it just popped up on my feed, and I thought it was interesting. But they have another prediction that they made from the year 2017. They have one from 2021. They made one from 2017, and this one is talking about how there's going to there's this like what happened in 2019 gonna happen, but it will happen in 2025, from 2025 to 2028. And they have all of the different things that happened, and all of it really resembled what happened to us in the past few years. And so it's really interesting that they do this. And but my um, understanding of this is that that it's called the revealment of the method, where they basically you say what you're going to do before you do it, and that bypasses the laws of karma, because by us so the information's out there, and even if we didn't see it, or if we just kind of like saw it subconsciously in a movie somewhere, it's there. And so it can be the person who creates it, and the person that might have a plan, they can get away scot-free karmically. That's the theory. um, so I don't know if this is something that's already played out or not, but I thought it was one of those stories that's out there that's trying to get us to worry and trying to get us to fear. And what I thought, with this platform, what we can do with this platform is we can inject love into those stories. So, okay, we heard the story. Okay, that's an interesting story. You're planning possibly something that already happened or something that might happen in the future. Let's put a little love into that story. So that's what my theme for today. And so, hey, Michael, hello, hello. So my theme for today is, let's put some love into all these stories. So, there are storytellers who are telling these stories, and they're very dramatic. You could imagine them being on Netflix and being one of these kind of like, oh my God, the world is falling apart, and they're really good at doing fear, and but we're really good at doing love. And we're a part of this creation process. We're a part of this story. And if we're awake and we're realizing that we are all the guys behind the green curtain, the wizards, we are all creating this reality together. It's not like one person is like, I am creating everything. It's, no, come on, whatever. We're all creating it together. And so I'd like to, and I'll increase this when we do the pocket of peace, but I want to just send out some love into these stories, so that I would like to send out some love and humor. So we need more comedy. We need more like just comedy. I think about some really slapstick comedies from the 80s. We need more just pure slapstick. So I'd like to throw in to these stories that are being thrown around slapstick comedy, just pure humor and hope and love. You see, because it's all got to be balanced no matter what. There is the yin and yang. It's all got to be balanced. So why not just put some love into the story? But either way, we're standing in the neutral path right in between, but we're just watching it and saying, hey, let's put a little love in there. So, hey, Kathy. And hey, TTT Tracy, you say we've been manipulated for so long, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yeah, it's true. And then once you see it, then you understand that you're a director and that you're directing this world, and that you can, if you see something that you don't like, you can just go inside yourself and just forgive it, let it go, and create what you'd like to create. So that's our power. That's our ability here. And that's what we're kind of learning, I guess, at this moment. That's what this whole process, this whole shaking up that's going on is like showing us all this stuff that we helped co-create, because we've been walking around like zombies, like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Okay. You know, but now we're aware, like, no, 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 I don't want that anymore. I want love, love story, love story, love story, comedy, more comedy, slapstick, more slapstick there. Yeah, just really just silly comedy. And Kathy, you say sprinkle love. Yeah, yeah, we'll sprinkle love on everything. So yeah, exactly. Right. So that's what I wanted to bring up today. And so I'm going to go into a channeling and see if they have anything to add to this, these stories that are kind of picking up. Or so who knows if they're actually related, but since they kind of came to into my vision, there's obviously something there. Um, TT Tracy says, I wondered if there was a particular group that gave us our great sense of humor. Yeah, yeah, right. I'm sure we have. There's there's probably some planet that's like, it's all like a humor. But I'm sure we get the humor from source. I mean, just look, look at look at everything. Um, let's see. Let's see. And T.T. Tracy say, who are the clowns in the universe? Yeah. One thing though, it's interesting is always, I guess you guys know this too, is that whenever you look at all the different cultures, who is at the top of the culture? Who is at the top? You think about the Hollywood starlets or the Hollywood stars, all these different things. It's the comedians. The comedians are always at the top. Um, yeah. And because, humor has such power. It has such power. And I think what I find recently, a lot of the humor has taken such a dark turn. I know from, for example, like SNL, like it just, I mean, if you look back, it always has been a bit that sense, but it's kind of gone further that way. And so, but humor doesn't have to do that. Like really good humor does not have to make another person feel bad to be funny. That's just like the lowest common denominator. That's the easiest thing to do. But like real like humor is humor where no one gets hurt, everyone wins. But that's the most difficult humor to do, right? Um, yeah. So, let's see. And Kathy, you say sprinkle love, slapstick. Yeah, slapstick love. So, um, yeah. So I'm going to go into channeling, see if they have anything to say about all the stuff that's going on, or yeah, or whatever they have to say. Let's see. Greetings, we're here. We are that one that you know of as Sanat, and we're here, and we're here, and we're here. And what we'd like to bring through today, we'd like to bring through a present today. We'd like to bring you a sandwich, is what we'd like to bring you. But we, unfortunately, at this moment, we don't have any sandwiches to bring you. You are the ones that create the sandwiches. But what we would like to bring through today is similar to the idea of a sandwich. We'd like to give you a present. We'd like you to understand that you are bringing the presents to this earth. We'd like you to remember that all of the things in your life are the things that you have created. You have created everything that you see, both good and both bad. Both good and bad. Everything that you see is your creation, your beautiful and amazing creation. You have pure and utter ability. You have free will to change whatever it is that you don't like, and to keep doing whatever it is that you do like. That is up to you. There are no rules in that sense of things that you need to do and don't have to do and should do and shouldn't do. The only rule is love. The only rule is that when you follow love, you will find peace and find happiness. When you don't follow love, you will find the opposite. That is it. That is the only rule. And that is one of the main lessons that you're here learning at this moment. It is a very difficult lesson to learn because it is so simple. But what we would say to you is that you are starting to learn it, because when you follow your heart, you follow that quiet path that leads you down those quiet little alleyways and corridors that you didn't notice before, and they take you to these wonderful little cozy cafes where you meet all of your friends and you open your heart up and you realize that there is a whole other world beyond the one that you see in your everyday life. And that is where your heart will take you down. Those little cobbled streets, those less trodden pathways, and that is where you will find, that is where they will lead you to the place where you will find your friends, you will find your tribe. And that is what you are all finding at this moment. So understand that the stories, yes, the stories will become more dramatic, but understand that you are also storytellers as well. And don't get too caught up within the stories. Well, if you'd like to get caught up, that is your free will as well. But we would say that if you want to search for peace and search for your happiness and search for hope, then we would suggest not getting too caught up with these stories and instead following your story. What is your trajectory? What is your path? What is it that your heart is telling you at this moment? Not what the stories outside of you are telling you. They have already been created. But what is your heart saying? Is your heart in fear? Is your heart quaking from the stories from the outside? Curl up to your heart and remind your heart that your heart has nothing to do with these stories, that your heart is made of pure love. It is made of pure bliss. Remind your heart this. Remind your heart to connect again with this love that it is created from. And then once it is connected again, you will begin to hear the voice. You will begin to hear the voice, and the voice will start to speak to you quietly, and you will be surprised at how it has nothing to do with the stories outside of you. Those stories are all just fluff outside. They are just some weather that is passing through, a passing storm, a passing rainstorm. But your story is the story that will remain. So follow your heart's trajectory down the pathways that will lead you to peace. All right, sounds like good advice. All right, so I'm going to go into a pocket of peace. I'm all tongue-tied today. So I'm going to go into a pocket of peace, and this pocket of peace is, yeah. So I'm just sending this into, maybe the story that I saw was from an older story. I'm not sure, but if that story is still playing around, I'd like to just kind of, let's put some humor in it. So let's rewrite that script. Let's rewrite all those scripts. All right, so before we do, I'd like you to imagine that you are in a place that makes you feel the most relaxed. It could be by the ocean or by a river or in the sky or wherever you want. Beautiful. Good, you're there. Now take a few deep breaths to center yourself in this new place that you're in. Oh, yeah. And now the light of unconditional love enters that space, surrounds you in a cocoon of loving light, golden light. You are surrounded by a cocoon of light. This is unconditional love. This is your love. This is your birthright. This is the love that's from source for you, that you are made of, that you are, that you are creating from. You've never left love. You've never will leave love. And this love will never leave you. It follows you through every second of your day, even those sad times or those in-between times. The love is always there. It's never gone. You are gone at that time. You are just not aware. You have traveled outside of yourself. And all you need to do is bring your attention back to your heart and you remember, oh yeah, that's right. I'm love. I'm love incarnate, and I am creating love on this planet. Oh yeah. And that's what we're doing. We're going to start sending this love out. We're going to extend this love out into the airwaves, into the ocean waves, the river waves, everywhere. So all the stories now are covered with love. Being love, they're also peace. Being peace, they're also happiness. And they also bring laughter as well, because that is that relaxed feeling when you're home and you can start to laugh and say, yeah, all right, that was funny. This is funny. Yeah. So not only am I at peace, but I'm laughing. Wow, I'm thriving in this time where I thought I'd be completely and utterly hopeless. I am at the point where I'm able to laugh. My goodness, what a silly story. Yeah, let's put the love, and let's put the comedy back into this world. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's put the comedy in which everyone wins back into this world. We're putting this into the mass consciousness. It's traveling at the speed of love. And so everyone is starting to feel it. And they're starting to feel light. They're starting to feel, yeah, oh, I was feeling all heavy and worried about everything. And now I just feel like, you know what? I got this thing. I feel like refreshed. I feel like I'm home, more home than I've ever felt in my life. I feel more connected than I've ever felt. Yeah, you know what? I've got this thing. I am going to thrive. And look at all those stories now, all those stories of sadness, of fear, of anger, of projections of fear, of future projections of fear. We've turned them into comedies. They are comedy of errors. Look at that. It's fallen apart in the funniest way imaginable. You can imagine people at home just sitting in front of their TVs or their social media and just pointing at the screens and laughing. Look how silly that was. Oh my goodness, what a silly plan. Yeah, it's gonna fall apart because you know why? We're sending love into it. Now it's a love story. It's a story where we become the heroes of this planet. Because we're bringing the love, we're bringing the comedy. The heroes will bring the laughter and the comedy back so that we can just relax and we can enjoy each other's company again and just laugh. Oh my goodness, what were we thinking? Why were we getting so emotional? Yeah, that's the love that we're bringing back. We're bringing the comedy back. So people are just laughing hysterically. Oh, how silly that all was. And you can see them, everyone's just falling back in love again with themselves and with humankind. And we're all joining our hands together, everyone on all sides of the aisle. And we're just saying, you know what? We are made of love. And that is what this planet needs. And that's where this planet is going. And we're shining this love into all the shadows, into all the stories. So now there are stories of love, of peace, of hope, and of laughter. All right. So I hope you guys are hopeful. I'm looking forward to laughing at the. What a scene. TT Tracy say there are channels devoted to the meltdowns over political outcomes. Very funny stuff. Laughing with them, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a yeah. So, but I think, yeah, now it's time to laugh together, that we can all just kind of take a step back and start to really. So, um, yeah, so I hope you guys are hopeful. Julie Me 12, you sent me a link here. I'll have to open that up and see. Let's see. But anyway, I hope you guys are hopeful. And hopefully I will see you all tomorrow. So ciao for now. And yeah, I hope you're hopeful, and I hope you're feeling the comedy in the air. And not just the comedy. We're not laughing at each other. We're laughing with each other. We're all just kind of just taking a step back from everything and say, you know what? Forget about that stuff. Let's just come together and feel the love and feel the hope and see how connected we all are. You know, we're all one. No matter what we believe, what we think, we're all one underneath it. And so let's just bring that laughter where we can just kind of like, you know, put our arms around each other and like, yeah, that was a crazy time. You know, I'm looking forward to these positive times that are coming. Getting all emotional. So I hope you guys are hopeful, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks, Kathy and TT Tracy and Julie Me 1 2. Nice to meet you, and Michael as well. Thank you guys for joining in. I'll see you all tomorrow. Ciao for now.